Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is a video all about menstrual cups, Mooncup to be specific. Of all the menstrual cups that I have tried, Mooncup has been the one that I have got on with the most, like I mentioned in my previous video. And since filming my previous video, I've kind of ditched using the other brands and I've just stuck with using Mooncup. So for this video, I'm going to be focusing on using the Mooncup because this is the one that I have got on with the best and it is the one that I personally recommend. As promised in my previous menstrual cup video, I am back to speak more about menstrual cups now that I've had multiple successful leak-free cycles using my Mooncup. The reason why I wanted to initially use menstrual cups is because they are better for the environment, they are better for our bodies, and they are better for our bank balance. This is because with Mooncups, you don't have any waste, you don't have to throw things away every time you're having a period. The Mooncups are not pumped full of bleach, toxins, chemicals like traditional pads and tampons are, and you don't have to be buying sanitary products every month when you're on your period because you have your one cup and you are good to go. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the benefits of using a Mooncup, my personal journey of using a Mooncup, the mistakes that I've made, how I fix them, how I put it in, how I take it out, basically everything to do with using a Mooncup. And towards the end, I'm going to be answering some frequently asked questions that I often get when speaking about using a menstrual cup. So let's get into it. Okay, so why Mooncup? Why Mooncup over the other brands of menstrual cups that are out there? Firstly, Mooncup is the world's first medical grade silicone menstrual cup, meaning they were the first to do this. They were the OGs of menstrual cups. The Mooncup is latex free, hypoallergenic, and it doesn't contain any dyes or perfumes. It is BPA, phthalate, and plastic free and does not contain any bleaches or toxins. It is the only menstrual cup which is manufactured in the UK, and Mooncup is owned and led by women. So all different menstrual cups, they come in different sizes, different shapes, different colors, different textures, and Mooncup is the one that I have found works best for me in terms of the shape and the resistance, the stiffness, whatever you want to call it. Mooncup is the one that I have found works best for me, easier to put in, easier to take out, the brand that I got the least leakage with, so I've stuck with Mooncup. Okay, so let's get into the nitty-gritty of actually using the Mooncup, starting with mistakes that I was previously making and how I fixed them. So initially, when I was first using the Mooncup, I was putting the cup too far up inside me. Mooncups are actually designed to sit as low as what's comfortable in the vagina. Unlike a tampon, which you can put quite high up, the Mooncup is designed to sit as low as possible. There is supposed to be a gap between your cervix and the top of the cup. Another mistake that I had made, which kind of links into that first mistake, is that I hadn't trimmed this stem. What I thought I had to do was to put the cup as far up inside me so that this stem wasn't sticking out, when really what you're supposed to do is wear the cup as low as what's comfortable, and if you need to, cut the stem so that it doesn't stick out of you when it's as low as what's comfortable, if that makes sense. So then when I did learn that I had to wear the cup lower, I also learned that I'm supposed to cut the stem so that I can wear the cup low without the stem sticking out of me, and after that, that changed everything because it can be really uncomfortable if you are wearing the cup and this is sticking out, as you can imagine. So this isn't the actual cup that I use. This is what the cup looks like when you first get it. This is the length of the stem that you get when you receive it. But the one that I actually use, I have cut it to around here. So then I only have three. I'm not sure if you can see that it's got ridges on there. I've cut mine to here, so just over halfway, and I have 3 of these ridges left on my Mooncup. Yeah, so that's the length that I've cut mine to. So I just snip it off with a pair of scissors. I've still got a little bit of stem left, so I've got enough grip to pull it out. One thing which I really do love about Mooncup as a brand is that they are the only menstrual cup brand which offer help from medical professionals on how to use your Mooncup. And this is how I actually got over and learned about the mistakes that I was making. So on their website, you can contact them if you're having troubles with using your Mooncup, and you'll be connected with medical professionals who you can email, and I believe you can speak to them on the phone as well. So I was personally emailing them back and forth. I explained the problems I was having, and then they came back to me with some suggestions and further questions to get to the root of my problem. And then finally they came back with suggestions, and since I got their suggestions and I put their suggestions in action, I was not getting any leakage after that. So I really do love that. The help is there, the support is there. So if you are having any issues to do with your Mooncup or anything related to it, you can speak to people for advice, and they are medical professionals, which really helps. Okay, so how do you actually get this thing in and out of you? So there are multiple ways of fold. So initially you don't just shove it in like this, you do fold it to get it in. And there are multiple ways of folding it, which are all listed on the Mooncup website, so definitely check that out. The 3 that I have tried is the C fold, which is where you squeeze it and then pretty much just fold it in half like that. I have also tried the 7 fold, which is where you squeeze it and fold down one side like this. And then there's the punch down fold, which is the one that I currently use at the moment. And that is when you kind of punch down one side and then insert it like this. This is the one that I find the best because this makes the Mooncup really nice and small, so it's easier to insert. And then when you do insert it, you just let it go and it will pop open inside of you. The punch down fold is the one that I find easier to get the cup to open up properly inside of me, and the one that I find easier to initially insert because it has the smallest tip when it goes in. There are other options of folding. Like I said, check out the Mooncup website for even more options of how to fold it and get it in. Every day, I always, where possible, I insert the Mooncup for the first time when I'm in the shower in the morning, just because I find it easier to position myself in a way that I can get it in nice and easily. However, when I do change it throughout the day, I obviously can't get in the shower every single time. So then when I do change it over the toilet, I kind of just squat and hover over the toilet, take it out, and then pop it back in whilst I'm in like the squatting, hovering position. Okay, so to get the cup out, what I do, you do have to reach in. I use my thumb and my middle finger, I believe, and I just pinch the very bottom of the cup and then I kind of ease it out. I do kind of wriggle it out and move down gently rather than just pulling it straight down. I do recommend moving quite slowly. Then when you pull the cup out, it will still be the right way up and it will be full up of blood. And then I just tip the blood into the toilet. Once I've tipped out the blood, I then take the cup over to the sink, I rinse the blood out, and then I reinsert the cup in the same way that I mentioned before with the punch down method where I'm squatting and hovering over the toilet. This whole process sounds like it would be a complete mess and just look like some massacre has just happened, but it's actually not as messy. Once you get the hang of it, it's actually not as messy as what you think it might be. It's a very clean, very easy, pretty quick process. Whilst you're still on your period, if you take it out, rinse it and put it back in. If you do prefer to use a soap, you can do so, but if you are using a soap, just make sure that you're using a very mild and perfume-free soap so that it is safe to put back up inside of you. You don't want to be putting perfumes or fragrances or anything like that, because one of the main points of using a Mooncup is that you're not having any of those sorts of chemicals inside of you. When I'm taking my Mooncup out for the last time, so when I'm at the end of my period and I no longer have to put it back in, what I do is I take it out, empty it in the toilet, rinse it in the sink, and then to completely clean and sterilize it, I boil it. So I put it in a pan, boil it for 5 to 7 minutes, and this completely disinfects it. If you're gonna do this, get a pan that is dedicated to your Mooncup. You do not have to be using the same pan to clean your Mooncup as you do to cook your pasta. Like, you just don't need to do that. Just get a cheap pan so that you have a Mooncup pan. There is a lot more information on how to use the Mooncup, how to put it in, how to take it out, and how to clean it, all on the Mooncup website, so definitely check that out. Okay, so onto some frequently asked questions. I think one of the most asked questions that I've got is how long you can actually keep it in for. And Mooncup recommend that you change the Mooncup, that you empty it and rinse it and put it back in every 4 to 8 hours. So 8 hours is the maximum recommended time to leave it in. which is great. That's pretty much like a whole working day. So, you know, you can pop it in before you go to work, take it out when you get back from work and things like that. So between 4 to 8 hours is the recommended time that you empty and reinsert your Mooncup. Is the Mooncup appropriate if you have a heavy flow? And the answer is yes. The Mooncup can hold 3 times the amount of blood that a regular tampon can hold. And if you do have a heavier flow, it may just be the case that you have to empty the cup slightly more often than someone with a lighter flow. But it is definitely appropriate for those of you with heavier flows. How long can you actually keep a Mooncup for? So the Mooncups are designed to be kept for years and years and years and years and years, which is amazing. Instead of buying sanitary products every single month, you can buy the one cup and you will keep this for years until you need to buy a new one later on down the line. But years and years and years is the answer to that question. If you do have any other questions about the Mooncup, about using it, about putting it in, about taking it out, about cleaning it, anything to do with the Mooncup, please do drop them in the comment section below. If you do feel more comfortable sliding into my DMs, please do. However, it would be super beneficial to get conversations going in the comments. If you ask a question that someone else may be too shy to ask, then they will get the answer along with many other people. So definitely beneficial to drop it in the comments. However, my DMs are definitely open if you prefer to ask me there. Also, if you do want to check out the Mooncup website, there are a list of frequently asked questions there where they give very informative and in-depth answers there, so definitely check out their website. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up. If you watched all the way to the end, make sure you are subscribed to my channel. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!